There are so many moms that tell me that they are struggling with screens. It's not so much that our kids even have a screen problem as much as it is that they have a childhood problem. Because I really don't believe that you can raise intentional children in an unintentional environment. So this is kind of my take on like the 90s era trend that's been going around. So I want to show you what that looks like for our home. So the very first thing that I did was I removed all the easy access to screens and entertainment. So we don't have a TV in our main living room area. We don't have TVs in bedrooms. We don't own any tablets. And anytime that we want to watch something, it is like a family movie night. So it's very intentional. But instead, the things that I do make accessible are things like books and coloring, puzzles, games, building. I mean, anything that can like stretch their brain and build their brain. I have those things easily accessible in every bedroom, in the living room, wherever we go, it's available to play. And the second thing I did was create something that was more interesting than screens. And so for example, we got a playground, a trampoline, we actually got Nigerian dwarf goats, we got some chickens, we started doing gardening and just giving them like places of dirt where they can do like excavators and construction builds and things like that. So I just make sure to let boredom do its work. Like when my kids come up to me and they say, "Mommy, I'm bored," I will actually respond with, "That's so awesome. That's so exciting you're bored," because now your brain is giving an opportunity to do something really creative. And in the beginning, you might have to prompt them. You know, is there something that you can go make? Is there something you can go build? Is there something you can go discover? And you kind of give them those types of prompts. But ultimately, like our brains are so amazing in creating the coolest things when we are bored and we have the time to explore those things. Sometimes if the boredom is continuous, I will actually tell my children, if you need something to do, and you're so bored that you can't figure it out, Mommy's more than happy to help you find something to do with your boredom. And I will actually put them to work. So that only takes maybe like 1 or 2 times before they're like, no, Mommy, I got it. I don't need help discovering something. I'll figure it out. I'll have them go, you know, feed the chickens or go let the goats out or go do something with the garden or, you know, go water the garden, do chores around the house, anything that I can do hands-on, but also to give them the ability to next time choose to do something more fun than chores. And I never give my kids like busy work. Like I don't let them just do random stuff. Like anything that they're doing around the house is productive. Even if it's something like giving my 2-year-old a little rag and having him clean the chairs or the dust or baseboards. I mean, those are all really productive things. And it's not just busy work that's kind of like pointless. And one thing on a side note that I have absolutely loved about like buying farm animals, not that I go like recommend everybody to go, you know, go buy a farm or create a homestead or something, but I think it has been the coolest experience for our boys. Like I think they have learned how to be gentle and tender with animals, but also how to overcome their fears. Just learning that animals depend on us and how we can steward the things that God has given us. But there's something about like allowing childhood to not be passive, but to be like engaging and fun. And like when friends come over, like it's the coolest thing to give them some like goat food and have them, you know, like be at a petting zoo in our own backyard and just building stories and memories as a family. The next thing I do is just encourage outside play. And so kids are washable. So that's something I've had to learn. Like I naturally like clean things. But kids are washable. And so giving them dirt, giving them water, giving them the hose, like letting them just run around outside. And even when we go thrifting, like sometimes we'll buy like junkier toys that are much cheaper and we'll just throw those toys outside and we'll let them play with them outside and not have to worry about like, you know, maintaining cleanliness from outside and inside toys. Like just simple things like that that can go a long way. You know, giving them paintbrushes, giving them chalk, giving them ways of exploring, even like shovels or beach toys, bringing those out. Like it can be so fun to create these different kinds of opportunities for our kids to go out there and explore. The next thing that I do is I give my kids chances to move and places to move. And so if we see like electrical vehicles or bikes or scooters or outdoor toys, we will buy those. There's balls or sports equipment or anything that's like movement. We're going to like Facebook Marketplace or garage sailing or thrifting. Like that is something I'm always keeping my eye on as a mom. And I'm thinking, how can I make my kids' childhood so much more fun without me feeling like I have to entertain them or give them something to do, but just giving them those options to go out and explore and to play and to build memories and to burn energy and get some good exercise and sunshine while they're at it. Another thing, when I'm not like looking for that immediate reward for them, I'm looking for things that will build their brain, things that take time. So things like crafts and puzzles and clay art, cooking, nature walks, you know, that kind of thing. Allowing my kids to just play on their own and be okay to play alone. I think that's like a big lie that modern moms have believed, is like we have to always entertain our kids and we have to walk them through how to play. But I've always just given an opportunity for my kids to play independently. And obviously there's time when I call it mommy time. If you've purchased my Raising Little Disciples guide, I talk a lot about this, like just connection and playtime. But if I'm not like having mommy time and playtime with them, then they are playing independently and they are growing their brains, and they can play for 1, 2, 3 hours completely alone and be totally okay. And this is because they've grown their threshold for playing in that way, and allowing their brain to not have instant gratification, but to take time to process certain types of play, especially like Legos or magnet tiles or trains, things that take time to build. And then of course, you know, going back to mommy time, like connecting with your kids, even like 10, 15 minutes a day can do such wonders for their little hearts, and creating that kind of 90s era that many people are trying to recreate. Because so many of us modern parents are like on our phones, or we're working, or even if we're working from home, we're still like not quite present. And so my heart as an intentional mom is, how present can I make myself? How available can I be? And sometimes that's simple, like just keeping my phone in a different room. Sometimes it's just creating like times of entertainment and fun together. So we have like family movie nights, we have family parties, family cleaning times. We go do everything together. Something like a little motto we have in our house, and like a core value, is we're a family, we stay together, we do things together. Like no one gets left behind. So we'll talk, we'll sit, we'll play, we'll, you know, whatever we need to do to create that bond of family and creating those memories for our children. And so at the end of the day, like all of these are just small ways of creating a childhood, because I am like a big believer that if you want to raise healthy adults, then you need to create a healthy childhood. Because eventually childhood will end. It's such a short season, unfortunately. And I don't want them just to think about their childhood as like survival or entertainment. Like I want them to be resilient and capable and be adults that can look back and have really fond memories and the culture of family that they want to recreate for their own lives. And a lot of that starts with just creating those intentional moments today as an intentional family with intentional environments, and just to give our children those opportunities to create those memories. And so if you're a mom who wants to create more of an intentional lifestyle for yourself and your family, and you want to raise little children that love Jesus and also homes that are built to steward the presence of God, then please subscribe and follow along. My name is Oksana, and I post videos here about intentional motherhood. I also have an entire guide that I created that's extremely practical, but also centered around biblical rhythms and the ways of raising little disciples. I'll post the link below. Otherwise, you can check out these videos right here below that kind of show the background of what this looks like. And until next time, bye.